Hello, I'm Lyza Saint Ambrosena, and I'm an energy healer, and I like to believe that my role in your life is one where you learn to feel safe to love yourself completely, unadulteratedly, no matter what's gone on in your life, even in the womb, that it be healed and loved so that you can actually live an incredibly magical, beautiful life where you co-create with the universe a very powerful, loving life filled with healing and beautiful relationships, beautiful career that you love, enough abundance and wealth so that you no longer feel lack, and really just to let yourself feel safe to be you. So I'm wanting to share with you a little bit about what may happen in the healing room. And the reason I'm telling you this is so that it saves us time when we actually get into the healing room, but also it lets you understand a little bit about the way your body works and the way your emotions work and the way that your soul energy or your spiritual energy begins to work through your body. So listen close. So we have inside of us what's called a cranial sacral pulse. This is the cranium and this is the sacral region. And this pulse occurs about 6 or 7 times a minute. So it's a pulse that begins to flow up through the body like this, around about this fast, and it pulses up through the spine, the dura mater, and it comes up. It actually goes all the way up through the neck because the spinal cord flows up into the neck, and then up into the head, and then all the way up and out, and it flows up all around us through the chi, through the prana, through the energy center, through the whatever it is that you choose to call it, the mana, the life force. And as that flows, it takes with it, or has the potential to take with it, all of our stress. And stress can come from things that are happening currently in our lives, or stress can come from things that have happened in the past, but still our bodies and our minds and our souls react to similar situations. So it may have been that you were yelled at as a child for dancing, so when you're being free as a little kid, and so you feel nervous when you have to be put on a spot to shine in the future, and you don't know why. It could be unconscious because you feel nervous about what happened in the past, so it still plays out today. So what effect that might have is that as this energy begins to flow up, it constricts somewhat. So it constricts, and you hold it in like a little bit nervous, and it doesn't actually get to be fully expressed all the way up and out through your body. Now there's a craniosacral pulse, which is an electrical pulse, but there's also a craniosacral pulse that is a craniosacral fluid. And as this flows up through the body, up through the spinal cord, it actually flows out from the spinal cord to all of the different organs, all of the different nerves, all of the different energy centers within the body, to help those all relax as well. And the organs, as you possibly know, help to process our emotions too. So when we are in the healing room, what starts to happen is my eyes will move around as they are doing now, and it may seem like I'm looking at the wall, it may seem I'm looking above your head, it may seem I'm looking over there, and what's actually happening is I'm scanning inside your body for where these blockages are, what ages they are, and I will start with the biggest blocks first. So I might choose to go back to an age when you were 16 years old, and I'll just say, so what was happening at 16, when you're 16 and a half, and I'll actually feel the situation. So I may feel alcohol, I'll taste it, I may see that crowded room, I may see that it was around your 21st birthday, and that you were and there was something, you were let down just before your 21st birthday. I might see that it was 27, and I can feel you're maybe pregnant with the kids, and there's like a child, and about 2 months before the pregnancy there was some difficulty going on. And where this assists you is what I see happening in your body, in the cellular structure within your body, is I see that the cells start to release and open, And we actually heal and clear the time in your life when a blockage was put in place. And this is really significant because on many levels. One of them is energetically this pattern releases. And it can release like this, where we just have a cry and all of a sudden it's clear. Or it can be released with deep emotions. So many of my clients will cry for extended periods of time in the healing room because it's the tears that they wanted to cry for 20, 30 years or 10 years, 5 years, and they haven't had anywhere safe to go to cry, or they haven't known, they've had to soldier on to be strong for their family or for their kids or at work, and they've not actually had a safe place to go where they can go, here, have this sadness, have this trauma, have this grief. So I am so blessed and so honored that I get to nurture, oh my God, people through such incredible heartfelt healing situations that they've experienced in their lives that have been really difficult. And it might not seem difficult on the outside. It might seem, may feel like you don't have the right to feel sad about something in your life. But if there is a truth in your soul of this sadness, then you have to let it out somewhere. You have to. And so my role is often just to guide a person into that space, into that beautiful place where they feel like they can actually let that go. Now, the reason that I'm good at what I do is because I've had a life where I've lived through many sadnesses and traumas myself, and I've done the hard yards myself of crying on the floor with snot and tissue paper and feeling like my life is over because of these different traumas and events. So when people, I feel like why people are drawn to me is because there's absolutely no judgment. I have immense compassion for anyone on the journey to loving themselves more and to nurturing themselves into a place of beautiful stillness and wholeness, love and peace. And that's the journey. So adding to my repertoire, so I learned cranial sacral therapy in 2003, and I learned Reiki when I was 19 back in 1987, and I started doing hands-on healing then. I also learned reconnective healing, and so then I learned a whole other slew of processes, including meditation, reflexology, aromatherapy, a whole range of different therapies. And so I've learnt that on the way through the healing session, any one of these modalities that I'm guided to use with you, I will use. So for some of you, it may be a very silent session and my hands may be on you the entire time, and it'd be very peaceful, but there may still be tears and things, but it'll be very silent. For other people, I will be having an interactive experience with you where I'll be speaking and I may ask you to say certain words or things, or I'll be explaining what's happening, because some people I know in their brains, they don't settle very easily. They drink a lot of coffee, or they're work, so they want to understand what's happening. So I'll be explaining that this is releasing from your liver, or this is happening in and around your belly button from the time that you were born, your relationship with your siblings or your parents, and we're healing this with your brother or this with your mother. And I will explain what's happening on the way through. And then even other people, I may not even touch you for the first or even the second session, because I'm guided not to do that, because sometimes touch can actually be traumatic in itself for people. And so the energy transference, the energy healing will occur without me even to be physical, without me needing to having to be physical with you. I also use selenite swords of light, which are very powerful. Oh, there's a little dragonfly come to visit. Hello. I don't know if you can see him. I also use selenite swords of light that helps to transmute energy. And when I say transmute, that means a lot of heavy energy can literally come out of the cells. And when I'm looking at it, what it looks like for me is, it literally looks like somebody, when somebody smokes a cigarette and they go, and the smoke will hover. So when you have a significant release from your body, from your cells, it looks like shadow go and it will hover in your auric field. And so my role is to then clean that up, transmute that. And sometimes I use the selenite swords, sometimes I just use my energy field, sometimes I will use drumming. I've got a beautiful medicine drum, a soul drum, which is very, very powerful, and people get off the table and they go, wow, after we've done that sort of work too. And again, we can't, oh, that's, so I just burped. Sometimes when I'm transmuting energy, I actually have to belch. And what that is it's when you are not feeling safe to feel and you release energy. Sometimes as you're releasing the energy and I'm transforming it for you, it will flow directly into me too quickly sometimes, and in those situations I will belch. So it's not attractive and it's not elegant, but it's highly effective, and everyone goes, oh, I feel so much better because the energy is released. I used to think I was the only one, but apparently in Bali a lot of the healers do burping as well, so we're good there. Ways that you can help this process between now and your session are: drink lots of water. I swear to you now, 30% of the people who come to see me would not even need to come to see me if they just drank enough water. And I mean pure water. I don't mean water out of a tap where there's chlorine and fluoride and bacteria, you know, to kill the bacteria. What I mean is pure water. Either go and research some good water filters for your home, or you can pick up a cask when you go shopping of Puro, P-U-R-E-A-U water, which is has no chlorine, fluoride or bacteria in it, and it's used in homeopathic remedies and naturopathic remedies, so that's a really great brand. You can also use Nabropure, nabropure.com.au. That will tell you where there are tanks around town, and you can go fill up your big bottles with it. I think it's like $4 for 15 litres or something. The more you utilize your water, the more fluid your biophysical, that's your biological systems will be, so they will be more flowing. It's like the WD-40 for the soul, I call it, because the water flows through all of the cells and helps them to function more effectively. And if they're functioning more effectively, then your emotions are going to be functioning more effectively. And if your emotions are functioning more effectively, then your brain and your mind will be functioning more effectively. The water really helps the mind to loosen up and let everything go too. So I really, this is the best thing you can do before you come to see me, is drinking water and walking. Because you're spending a lot of time, energy, money and effort to come to this session, and I want you to make the most of it. Walking is also very great because it gets all of the cells moving, gets the lymphatic system moving, and it means that by the time you come to see me, your mind, your body and your soul are in a peak condition for an optimal shift. So you could come to me and let me do all the work, and that's great, I will do that. However, I'm not about you giving away your power. I'm about you owning that you are a powerful creative source of love and life force in your own right. You're a powerful soul, or you wouldn't have decided to do this, have this experience. So I want you to be optimizing and maximizing your own potential to make a massive shift in your life before you come and see me. And then when we have our session, you can go away and I'll give you lots of tools to utilize as you go away also. And I want you to be maximizing it again. And then some people choose to come back again for another session because they've actually taken themselves to the next level after the healing session, and then they go away, do some other things and maximize where they can go, and then they just come back. I call it a little tweaking, a little spiritual tweaking, so that we can take you to another level. I am a highly spiritual woman. And I have the ability to tune into your higher self, to your spiritual guides, to my spiritual guides, the energy healing guides that I work with, and go back into other lifetimes, to go back into what was occurring for you in the womb, what was occurring for your children in the womb, and also speak to the ancestors and communicate and often link them in with you, or the powerful, creative, nurturing ones, link their energy fields in with you more, and your spirit guides more. We can do all of that, but on a causal primary level we have to work with the biological system first, and the walking and the water and the good food is going to give you that foundation. I can take you as high as you want to go, as high as I'm able to go, and I love doing that with people, and people walk off on cloud 9. However, we need to work with the body first. Body, mind and soul. All right, so we've got to work with the biological systems. We've got to work with the mental chaos and the trauma that's causing emotional cycling, where we get caught in an emotional rut where we feel like we can't shift on from traumatic experiences that have happened in the past, whether these are conscious or unconscious. And then what that does is that gives you this really beautiful platform for the soul. So I love you. I already do. I know you can feel that, and I'm really grateful that you've chosen me to work with on your journey, and I'm honored, I'm privileged. I'm a bit of a dork in real life, and you'll find that when you meet me. I occasionally swear, I occasionally eat fudge, and have a shandy about every 3 months, but I tend to live my life as natural as possible, because that's what we're born to do. And I don't wear makeup, so I really encourage you, if you're coming along, to risk and not wear makeup if you're a big makeup wearer, because chances are you may cry. And a lot of ladies come and they're like, oh, they've got mascara running. So if you can do that on the day, it's a really great experience for yourself. And if at all possible, I encourage you to take the rest of the day off after your healing session, so that you can be in the stillness. And you may decide after that you want to go and do something really loving and nurturing for yourself, like go for a walk in nature, or go to the beach, or just go home and curl up and sleep, or have a bath, just do so, or even a facial, something that's really nurturing for you, because the shifts will be huge, and you don't want to go straight out into the running chaos of the planet, because it could dampen the effects of your experience. And the longer that you allow that energy to nurture and lock into your cells, the more profound the shift is going to be for you. I honor you, I really honor you, and I really look forward to meeting you. And you can also join me, if you have to wait a little while to get to see me, you can also join me online at some of the events that we'll be doing online. You can also download any free things I've got on my website. You can come along to some of our live events. We do women's groups, we do events with guest presenters, and you can go to my blog. There's some beautiful hints and helpful tips and meditations and things in my blog. And by now I'm sure you're signed up, so you'll be receiving some good stuff from myself and my husband Cameron at the Infinite Connection. And we both really love what we do, and I really hope that our journey together is so fruitful for you. All right, God bless. Big love, and I look forward to seeing you soon. God bless. Namaste.